Flashback. How could I be so stupid? For a brief moment, like a candlelight taken by the wind, was a flicker of hope that came back with a childish laugh of a grin and a clicking sound. Could it be? A crumpled paper was left lying on the ground in the corner of the room, with what looked like dots and dashes. Somehow, it wailed and tugged, itching to be picked up. There, about 2 seconds in, 2 steps were taken. They were dragged and dreary, and set about with confusion. This beautiful masterpiece of words laid there on the paper and was burnt to a crisp, because like many other beautiful things, it was wrapped under the demise of life. It was then that one long porcelain tear hit the floor. This was the proof of the whispered deep-written conversations that once existed. 1 minute. Then 2 maybe, had passed, and the drawer to the clean lighter that lay dormant was opened. It would have the same fate as all the other notes from the little book I created with it. Others were hot, and the torn papers experienced its severing touch as they were thrown into the fire to burn. The lighter trembled as it neared its crunched-up state, and the windows slammed shut. This would be the last drink from the metaphorical savory wine glass with grape juice in it. The light began to blink, and it was then that the storm was about to start. The crumpled paper loosed itself from the hands that held it, then being tossed around by similar winds that closed the windows shut. Then reaching out, it was grabbed from its ridiculed state. For so long it had laid there in its prison dust-ridden and full of impediments. Again. It was held to the combustion of the bright orange and yellow flame. Yet, it did not touch. The feel of its heavy burden gave rise to a struggling gaze of shock. Its crunchy squinched-up exterior needed a mother's touch to dismiss its edges and unravel the secrets held inside. Then, not even realizing it, curiosity had begun to mix with caution. The paper began to unfold, not by itself, oh no, with the help of an old friend, my hand, who remembered pressing the handle of the old Morse code machine. It was like it was putting an unrefusable offer on the table. Still, the stakes had to be weighed. This was not a game, neither was it a gamble, it needed a meticulous analysis as it would leave stinging dirty old wounds cracked ajar. It would cause a war between 2 worlds, one of the past and one of the present, of mixed emotions, of love and hate. The answer was finally there, and it came in the form of 2 heavy and hot kisses on each cheek. It was like he was there. It was then that the tugging on the paper stopped, and like the little arms and legs of a baby to its mother, stretched out and kicked, laying out flat, bare and exposed, the note lay there for her to read. The distressed cry began to fade and was replaced with a slight zinging that played through the air. The rain became more soothing as the Atmos.